Everyone, I'm pleased to present my project plan for an innovative app called PhoneOff, designed to effectively manage screen time and promote a balanced lifestyle. PhoneOff utilizes the native screen time API of smartphones to monitor user engagement and establish limits, fostering a healthier equilibrium between the technology and real-world experiences. PhoneOff's aim is to tackle the growing issue of an ever larger screen time statistics in younger and younger demographics. The Australian Institute of Family Studies recently published a statistic stating that less than 20% of Australian children were following the screen time guidelines as set out by the Department of Health. Those being that there should be no screen time for children younger than 2 years, no more than 1 hour per day for children aged 2 to 5, and no more than 2 hours of sedentary recreational screen time per day for children and young people aged 5 to 17 years, not including schoolwork. In 2018, a study conducted by San Diego University revealed a noteworthy correlation between the extensive screen time in teenagers and a decline in overall happiness. Surprisingly, complete abstinence from screen time did not yield the highest levels of happiness. Instead, the most content children were those found to be on their phones less than 1 hour a day. By advocating for screen time moderation without imposing total abstinence, PhoneOff is set to foster enhanced happiness among its users. PhoneOff sees to be a method of encouraging children and teens to not only get off their phones, but also give them a task to do in the meantime, which de-incentivizes ways of finding a way around the app locks out of boredom. User-defined screen time limits. PhoneOff initiates a lock on the predetermined list of customizable apps, aiding individuals in maintaining focus on their real-world tasks. To enhance user engagement, I implemented a system using artificial intelligence through ChatGPT's API to create personalized offline task suggestions. Think of it like your phone becoming a source for inspiration for activities beyond the digital realm. To unlock restricted apps, PhoneOff introduces a unique accountability feature. Users are prompted to complete one of the suggested offline tasks and provide photographic evidence of their accomplishment. To begin, PhoneOff servers contact the OpenAI API to create a step-based task. This is displayed to users as a checkbox which, as completed, fills a progress bar at the bottom of the screen. When filled, the user is prompted to upload images from either their library or their camera before uploading. They also have the opportunity to regenerate the task if they are unable to complete what is suggested. Friends can view the completed task and confirm its completion by pressing the confirm button. This social interaction aspect encourages groups of friends to collectively disconnect from screens, fostering real-world interactions and shared experiences. To restrict PhoneOff from potentially becoming addictive itself, I decided to limit the social aspect within the app, prompting users to interact with real world rather than through the screen. For me, this meant that the number of followers each user has is not stored, and each user is only able to see their own activity history. Instead of searching for friends in the app itself, users are given a friend link in their settings to be posted in other messaging apps to prompt users to ask whether they can be friends on PhoneOff by talking to their friends in the real world. I created a mind map to showcase the major potential features of PhoneOff, including task generation, user preferences, and app locking mechanisms. In order to make the user interaction as well as the app itself as seamless and as simple as possible, I plan to use the API software from both Apple and OpenAI to export the majority of the app's complexity to third parties. This both makes the app more enjoyable and streamlined on the user experience side, but also limits the requirements of PhoneOff servers by paying Apple and OpenAI for processing. Apple's API already includes a lock screen for locked apps, as well as including emergency unlock features and passwords, which then don't need to be managed by PhoneOff. Schema diagram, I started with the user section and expanded to each of the others. The screen time section, while of course being crucial for UI averages, is also helpful in recommending the users to when they should think about changing the limits to a shorter time frame. The preference tab shows which apps are limited, and the friends tab uses a many-to-one relationship to store each of the user friendships. There is a hidden attribute to each of the posts, letting the user decide whether they want to see it in their post history or not. And the description of each task is important to store, as if a user likes the task, it can be reused on users with similar preferences to cut down on API call costs. The final thing is the task preferences in the user tab, which is a string of custom preferences that will be attached to the ChatGPT prompt in order for the task to be suited to the user. I created a flowchart to show how each of the app's features would work within the app. If you enter the app through a friend link, then that friend's ID is added to your friends list. Assuming that your screen time is up, then you are sent to the lock page where the app closes down all of the other social media apps that you've selected through the Apple API. Then, if your task hasn't already been generated, then it generates a task through the ChatGPT API. Once you finish the task, then the activity data is sent to the server and the statistics are updated and your screen time is reset. Going to the home page, the friend activity data and personal statistics are downloaded from the server. You can have the opportunity to either click on confirm post of your friends to authorize a post suggestion, or in the settings you can either copy your link to the clipboard or change your preferences. In your post activities, you can set your posts to hidden so that you can't see them anymore. PhoneOff empowers users to tailor their user experience by selecting tasks they enjoy and setting personalized time limits. It serves as a versatile tool, allowing individuals to manage their screen time while also infusing the elements of balance into their daily routines. In essence, PhoneOff is a comprehensive solution that not only addresses screen time management but also promotes offline engagement and social interaction.